Hey guys, Diamond Ambassador Sally Lewis here, and today we're going to talk about how to utilize testimony pages in your regular IPA. There is a saying that says, facts tell, but stories sell. And in today's overload of social media and advertisements everywhere, people have information overload and definitely selling fatigue. We feel like we're being sold to all the time, whether it's Alexa and Siri hearing us literally talk about anything, and then all of the advertisements pop up everywhere, or it's just billboards, commercials, everything on socials, right? So those are all facts. And so sometimes if we're not careful, we get into the rut of sharing about our products but not about the solutions that we have to fix, to offer people, or about really what our products are doing for people to hit those pain points. Those are the reasons why we started, because we were feeling something in our bodies and our hearts and our minds that we wanted to see a change in, right? And just telling someone that X Factor Plus has methylated folate isn't necessarily going to make them say, oh, I want methylated folate, right? But when we say our products have allowed me to not need an afternoon nap every day and I can finally, play with my kids after work and have some family time, that's going to really pull at someone in a different way and say, I'm so tired all the time and I hate that I don't have anything left to give to my family. And if that will help me have energy at the end of the day, maybe it's something I want to try. So obviously our stories are so much bigger than even just that, but those little bits and pieces are what we're hopefully seeing us drip constantly onto our friends and family, and those who see us on a social media platform. But our big stories, our testimonies are what we share in our testimony pages. Our team has something called Real People, Real Stories, which is a private group. So it's a safe space for us to be able to be vulnerable and share our experience. And we utilize those groups in order to not ever have to feel like we're convincing someone that this is the stuff they need to try. Why? Just believe me, it worked for me. We want to connect them with a story that they can resonate with. Someone who's walked a mile in shoes that are very similar to their own shoes, and so that they can see, okay, that person dealt with something very close to what I dealt with, or maybe the same thing, or they felt the same way that I felt, and they were skeptical too, but they took a chance, they stuck it out, and look where they are now. Maybe that's going to ignite some hope in their heart. Maybe that's going to help them feel like, well, I don't feel like I'm, being taken advantage of, or whatever the fear is in the beginning when we're all thinking about starting products like this. It's going to help them come over that a lot faster because they are seeing someone tell their story. So we do something called add tag message, and that is a very simple way to just say you want to add someone to the testimony page, you want to tag them in pertinent testimonies to them, make sure that they're at least going to resonate with some of the things being shared in that testimony, and then you want to message that person with something similar to saying, hey, I just heard a story on one of the testimony pages that I'm a part of, and it reminded me so much about what you were telling me you guys have been going through lately. I'm going to tag you in her story, and when you get a chance to watch it later today, let me know, what you thought about it. And if I don't hear from you tonight, I'll check back with you tomorrow. I'm excited for you to hear, what she had to say. It was so moving, share your experience of why you're sharing that with her. But then you've also set an appointment to follow up and talk to her about that later. So that's that add tag message method. And that can be a regular part of your income producing activity that you're doing to keep conversations going and to keep pointing people to things that will build their belief into why they want to do this for themselves. Another way you can utilize these testimonies is by sharing public testimonies, whether you're going to be sharing them into your stories, sharing them into people's inboxes, or just tagging people in stories that you might see come across your feed. That's something that I do all the time, is just like, hey, I saw this and I thought that you would really enjoy reading through this, or hey, I saw this and it reminded me of exactly what we were talking about a couple of days ago. Check this out. keep that conversation going. Keep those touch points going, because every single one of those is going to chip away at the walls and the skepticism that we all have before we get started, so that we can be excited, and that person that you're sharing with can be excited and hopeful when they start their journey. So I hope that you will really take seriously utilizing these testimony pages and testimonies that are shared publicly, so that you can add value to other people's lives and let it be a partner with you, that third-party validation, that you're doing this for that person. You really want them to connect with someone else who's been where they are, and to show them that there is hope that they can come through that. And testimony pages and our stories are definitely the best way to go about doing that. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Go add, tag, and message at least 3 people that you've been chatting with about Plexus in a testimony today.